Stephen Hendry, rappelons-le, qui a éliminé au tour précédent un grand nom aussi du snooker, Dave Harold, sur le score de 9-7. Le match fut quand même assez accroché. C'était en 16e de finale. Stephen Hendry, qui du fait de son statut dans le top 16, eh bien, rentre directement au stade des 16e de finale. Dave Harold, lui, avait dû jouer un match avant. Il avait battu Robert Milkins au premier tour. Et du côté de Mark Williams, lui, était rentré également directement au stade des 16e de finale. Il avait battu au tour précédent Gérard Green sur le score de 9-7. De longs matchs, donc, avant de se rencontrer en 8e de finale pour ces deux joueurs. Je vous rappelle d'ailleurs, j'en profite pour vous rappeler que ces matchs se jouent au meilleur des 17 manches. Donc le premier à 9 est déclaré vainqueur. Allez, c'est parti. Voilà, on ouvre un break. Et c'est Stephen Hendry qui commence. Un petit point, sans doute la bleue pour suivre. Le vainqueur de ce match entre Stephen Hendry et Mark Williams connaît déjà son adversaire. Eh bien, il s'agira du redoutable, encore un grand nom dans ce tournoi, du redoutable Ronnie O'Sullivan, qui a battu Stephen Maguire 9-3. C'était un très beau match. Ronnie O'Sullivan a joué de façon extraordinaire, encore une fois. Il a joué très vite, souvent. Il enchaînait les coups très rapidement, comme à son habitude. Ah. 7 points dans ce break pour Stephen Hendry. Stephen Hendry qui a été champion du monde à 4 reprises, 90, 92, à 7 reprises plutôt, 90, de 92 à 96, puis 99.
Okay.
5 années de suite, il a conservé le titre.
Okay.
Voilà, la noire pour 7 points. Mark Williams qui n'a pas encore joué le moindre coup dans ce match.
Hendry, 20.
Voilà, ça va être à lui, Mark Williams. Petit coup défensif de Hendry. On va voir comment Williams appréhende la situation. Mark Williams qui se rassoit sur sa chaise et qui a remporté 2 fois ce tournoi du championnat du Royaume-Uni en 99 et en 2002. Stephen Hendry lui s'est imposé 5 fois ici, 89, 90, puis 3 années d'affilée, 94, 95 et 96. Alors, Williams qui va revenir à la table. Il lui faut rentrer une bille rouge ou bien défendre et revenir au-delà de la ball line. C'est au tour de Williams à nouveau de jouer. Mark Williams.
So, and the miss. Stephen Hendry, 7.
Vous voyez, une petite faute. La noire au lieu de la rouge. Et 7 points de pénalité qui reviennent à Stephen Hendry. L'occasion peut-être de rappeler rapidement les règles du snooker si vous les connaissez. Vous les connaissez sûrement si vous êtes amateur de la discipline. Mais si vous nous rejoignez, si vous êtes curieux de découvrir le snooker, de découvrir la magie de cette discipline passionnante qu'on peut comparer parfois au jeu d'échecs, eh bien, les deux joueurs doivent rentrer une bille rouge et ensuite choisir la bille de couleur hors les billes rouges de leur choix, puis ensuite une bille rouge à nouveau, et ainsi de suite. Chaque bille rouge valant un petit point et les billes de couleur valant elles de 2 à 7 points. 2 points pour la jaune, 7 points pour la noire. Et lorsque toutes les billes rouges sont rentrées, le joueur qui a la main doit rentrer, c'est la deuxième phase de la partie, doit rentrer les billes de couleur dans l'ordre décroissant de leurs points. Donc il doit commencer par la jaune et finir par la noire.
One.
Pour le moment, le jeu est de rentrer les billes rouges et d'enchaîner sur une bille de couleur. Le fin du fin étant d'atteindre ce fameux century, c'est-à-dire les 100 points, et de les dépasser. Le score maximum au snooker étant de 147. Le snooker royal. Stephen Hendry en a fait pas mal dans sa carrière.
Yes.
Il en a même réalisé, Stephen Hendry, 3 centuries royales, 3 centuries de 147 depuis le début de cette saison, ce qui le place en première position au classement des meilleures centuries marquées depuis le début de cette saison, juste devant Ronnie O'Sullivan et John Higgins.
13.
Et dans ce tournoi, depuis le début de la compétition, John Higgins a réalisé un century de 128, c'est son meilleur century depuis le début de ce championnat du Royaume-Uni. Un century de 128 réalisé en 16e de finale face à l'homme qu'il a éliminé. Voilà, Stephen Hendry qui continue.
29.
29 points déjà dans ce break pour Stephen Hendry. Mark Williams qui de son côté lui n'a pas rentré de century depuis le début de la compétition. Voilà, la marron.
43. .44.
60-0, ça commence à être intéressant. 61-0 à ces billes rouges. La marron 4 points. Pas une avance suffisante, mais c'est bien parti. Williams peut encore revenir, mais il faudrait pour ça que Stephen Hendry commette une erreur et laisse Williams revenir à la table et lui laisse une petite chance de remporter cette première manche. Voilà, joli coup pour rentrer la rose. Très lucrative la rose, 6 points empochés. Presque un point de moins que la noire et c'est 7 points. Alors, c'est Hendry qui prend le chevalet avec une position délicate pour entrer cette bille rouge.
41.
Parfait. Alors il s'est replacé pour jouer la rose. Voilà, 6 points de plus, effet rétro. Et Hendry se replace pour jouer une bille rouge.
47.
C'est ce qui est intéressant dans le snooker, c'est que c'est en cela que l'on peut comparer le snooker au poker, c'est qu'il s'agit vraiment d'anticiper. Le joueur qui voit plusieurs coups à l'avance a déjà quelques points dans la poche. Ah,
Hendry,
dommage.
55.
Dommage, il n'avait pas touché la bande et finissait au fond de la poche. 65 points quand c'est vrai pour Stephen Hendry. C'est bien. Mais cela suffira-t-il pour remporter la manche? Oui, ça suffit. 1-0, le décompte a été fait. Stephen Hendry mène désormais 1-0 face à Mark Williams. A tout de suite, après la pause. Retour dans ce huitième de finale avec Stephen Hendry qui mène 3-0 déjà face à Mark Williams. Hendry qui est en train de confirmer sa bonne forme du moment, en tout cas dans ce tournoi, même si dans les tournois précédents il avait laissé transparaître quelques moments de faiblesse. Cette fois, peut-être que cette 30e édition du championnat du Royaume-Uni va nous permettre de revoir, de retrouver le très grand Stephen Hendry. 3-0 donc pour Stephen Hendry qui n'a pas laissé l'occasion à Mark Williams de beaucoup jouer, de beaucoup respirer. Et peut-être que Williams il a fait beaucoup d'occasions, beaucoup de jokers à son crédit, Williams. Peut-être va-t-il réagir dans cette quatrième manche, parce qu'à 4-0, ça va être vraiment difficile de revenir. En tout cas, pas de century encore pour Hendry. Stephen Hendry qui a réalisé des centuries lors de ses matchs précédents, mais pas encore dans celui-là. Alors, c'est peut-être pour cette manche. Position acrobatique pour Williams. Non, il choisit de jouer autre chose. Vous voyez sur ce plan large, il y a deux parties simultanément. Ici, dans ce Barbican Center de York. Et parfois, les applaudissements s'adressent à l'autre table. Le match qui oppose Alan McManus à Steve Davis. Pour le moment, on s'intéresse à cette très belle affiche entre Hendry et Williams. Je vous rappelle que le vainqueur de ce match rencontrera un sacré client, Ronnie O'Sullivan, en quart de finale. C'est l'affiche Hendry O'Sullivan, ça va valoir le spectacle, ça vaut le déplacement en tout cas. Le spectacle sera sûrement rendez-vous avec peut-être quelques centuries mémorables. En attendant, Williams mène 7 petits points à 0 dans cette quatrième manche. Et Hendry revient à la table. Voilà. Hendry qui reforme le triangle du départ des baies rouges. C'est un coup de replacement défensif, un coup stratégique pour empêcher l'adversaire de jouer, empêcher l'adversaire d'avoir des opportunités de points, d'empochage. Mais peut-être que à ce petit jeu-là, Williams va s'en sortir. Ah, dommage, c'était joliment tenté. Williams qui n'hésite pas à attaquer. C'est bien pour le spectacle, même si des coups défensifs valent aussi la peine d'être applaudis. Il peut y avoir de très beaux coups défensifs parfois au snooker. Vous voyez un peu dans ce genre-là, lorsqu'on tente de snooker son adversaire. Et d'ailleurs, Williams hésite avant de jouer. Pas beaucoup de voies s'ouvrent à lui. Pas beaucoup de possibilités. Qu'est-ce qu'il va choisir de faire? C'est intéressant de voir ce qu'un champion comme Williams choisit dans ces conditions-là. Un petit peu le même coup que Hendry précédemment. Voilà, Hendry qui se replace au-delà de la baulk line. Sur cette ligne, vous voyez où se situe la bille marron et la bille verte. Voilà, même genre de coup pour Williams. On s'observe, on joue au chat et à la souris actuellement entre Williams et Hendry. Aucun ne prend vraiment l'initiative. On attend la faute. Et on attend l'occasion d'attaquer aussi. Ça c'est bien joué. Hendry a éclairci la situation. Là, les billes rouges deviennent plus jouables maintenant qu'elles sont désolidarisées de ce triangle. Est-ce que Mark Williams va en profiter pour ouvrir un break? Réponse tout de suite. Ah oui, bien joué. Et là, les applaudissements s'adressent bien à cette partie que nous suivons. Vous voyez, ça valait vraiment le coup d'attaquer là. Williams est récompensé. Mais voilà, changement de stratégie. Au coup suivant, il décide de défendre. À Hendry de trouver la faille dans ce début de partie. Peut-être la voici, la faille. Superbe. Très beaucoup d'une extraordinaire précision. Le numéro 1 mondial qui entame un nouveau break. Qu'est-ce qu'il va choisir de jouer maintenant? La noire, peut-être, voilà, et c'est 7 points le long de la bande. Attention, là, ça va être tout en touché. Non, il a choisi un coup puissant plutôt pour rentrer cette bille noire. Il avait choisi plus de finesse précédemment, plus de toucher, mais là il avait besoin de l'effet rétro. C'est pourquoi il a choisi autre chose. Il va pouvoir continuer maintenant avec une bille rouge.
9.
Replacement parfait pour la bleue. Presque parfait, presque dans l'axe. Voilà, malgré ce décalage de quelques petits degrés, pas de problème pour Stephen Hendry. Voilà, attention, hein, c'est pas le moment de commettre une faute et de recevoir une pénalité en empochant la bille d'impact, la bille blanche. Hendry qui s'est bien replacé pour jouer la rouge. Avec quoi va-t-il suivre? La noire peut-être à nouveau. Comment peut-il faire? Regardez.
15.
Voilà, il passe d'un côté, deux bandes. C'est remarquable. Superbe. Il continue à s'appuyer sur la bille noire, le numéro 1 mondial, et ça lui a réussi plutôt bien. Voilà, un point de plus.
23. Sortez. 41.
Elle reste dans cette zone en bas de votre écran. Stephen Hendry qui va sans doute impacter et dégager ses billes rouges. Voilà, avec une bande quand même. Très efficace. Regardez, avec l'effet, vous avez vu. C'est fantastique ce que Stephen Hendry arrive à faire. Et le public qui partage l'émotion de Stephen Hendry. Gros soulagement après cette bille empochée d'un rien, d'un souffle. Elle termine sa course au fond de la poche. Et Stephen Hendry peut continuer dans ce même break. Bien parti encore pour lui. Pas encore le 4-0 assuré, mais il est sur la bonne voie.
Yes.
47 points dans ce break, le demi-century. Le 10 à 3 points. 7 points de plus. Le demi-century est franchi.
54.
L'avance commence à être intéressante. Avec 8 points en faveur de Williams, il faudrait qu'il atteigne les 70, un petit peu au-delà, pour être sûr de bien cette manche.
55.
Il reste quand même 5 billets rouges encore sur la table, pas mal de points distribués. Voilà, on a l'information comptable, 52 points d'avance et il reste 67 points à distribuer. Vous voyez, autour de 70. Ce que je vous disais, on n'était pas très loin. Ah, plus que 59 points.
69.
Là, il prend la tête Hendry dans cette manche. Ça, c'était le coup de Mark Williams tout à l'heure. Il a choisi de jouer un coup défensif. Et depuis, Hendry n'a plus quitté la table. Voilà, cette information intéressante aussi. C'est sur quelle bille s'est appuyé Stephen Hendry pour réaliser ce break qui se rapproche du century. Eh bien, la noire, beaucoup de fois, 8 fois. Hendry a joué 8 fois la bille noire pour réaliser ce break. 3 petites fois la bleue et aucune des autres billes. Des 4 autres billes de couleur qui permettent de rapporter des points. Le jeu s'est concentré énormément sur la partie basse de la table quand on regarde votre écran. Voilà, tout va bien pour Hendry. Il est en train de se diriger tranquillement vers le gain d'une 4e manche. On est 4-0. Et pourquoi pas le premier century du match.
89.
Voilà, il n'est plus qu'à 11 points. Voilà, la bleue, la 5e fois qu'il l'a vu. Bien joué, 5 points de plus. 94.
94.
Et il doit maintenant rentrer les billes par ordre décroissant. Donc la jaune d'abord et ses 2 petits points. Voilà, c'est fait 96 points. Ah, il va devoir jouer maintenant la verte, pas facile. Dans cette position acrobatique. Parfait, c'est bien joué.
99.
Et le replacement pour jouer la marron. Et c'est 4 points. Et voilà, 103. Le century est franchi. Et le public salue un nouvel exploit de Stephen Hendry. 108 points, non, on s'arrête à 103.
Stephen Hendry, 103.
Et Stephen Hendry qui empoche cette manche de façon brillante et mène désormais 4-0. 4-0, cela permet aussi aux joueurs de se reposer un petit peu. Petite pause donc dans ce match entre Hendry et Williams. Avantage à Hendry qui mène 4-0. On se retrouve après la pause.
4-0, 4 frames to come. Big frames for Mark Williams.
Well, what a wonderful start here from the Scotsman. 4-0 against Mark Williams. What price would you have got that at the start of the session? And as David said, you know, Stephen kicked off with that 55 in the first. Wasn't any contributions in the second frame. 47 clearance to the pink to win the third, to go 3-0, and a century in the last to make it 4-0. And we were wondering how Stephen Hendry would come out and approach this match. Not necessarily approach it, but how his form would be, Dave, because he didn't show a lot of form really in his last match with Dave Howell. No disrespect, he got over the line there 9-7, and Dave didn't play that well, let's be honest. It was a bit of a scrappy match, and we thought that in playing Mark he really needed to up his game. And you commented actually before we came on air, before the players were introduced, that there was Steve Davis, Alan McManus and Mark Williams all having a bit of a laugh and a joke, and that Stephen Hendry was at the back of all three of them, totally focusing himself. It's obviously worked.
Yes, he was deliberately looking away. Mark Williams and Stephen Hendry, good friends, they like a joke and a laugh, but Hendry, very clear that he doesn't want to get involved in that on match day, and yes, he was just away from the group. Big match this for Stephen Hendry, 11th in the provisional world rankings, and he needs some good results to, well, stop the decline down the rankings and possibly out of the top 16.
I mean, he looked a little bit under pressure against Dave Howell, didn't he? That was a massive game for him. And you could see when he potted that frame ball in the last one to win 9-7, the clench of the fist. As we look at Mark in the chair, this is the attempted red, and Mark was some way out there. Yeah, Stephen Hendry clenched the fist. You don't often see that from Stephen. But Mark under pressure here, 4-0, and Stephen playing very well. He's obviously got himself up for this. As we often say, class is permanent, form is temporary. And Stephen has played very solid in the first four, and he's valued for that 4-0 lead. Stephen's sitting at number 11. If he were to win this match, actually, Dave, he goes to number 9, although let me think, I've got to calculate. He has calculated in Peter Ebden's points as well. He's in the quarterfinal, so he would go above Peter actually and go to number 9.
Yes, I think that first match was massive for Hendry against Dave Harold. He was under an awful lot of pressure with the ranking situation, but having won that, maybe he can relax a bit, and there's no question he always gets himself up and mentally focused when he plays one of the game's top stars, which of course is what Mark Williams is.
Oh, unlucky.
Stephen Hendry 5, Mark Williams 5.
I can tell you in the betting they've got Stephen Hendry 6-5 on, Mark Williams at 13-8. To win the tournament, Mark Williams at 12-1, Stephen down at 16-1. That was unfortunate. Anyway, hopefully we've set things up for you for a wonderful afternoon snooker, and just sit back and enjoy these two great players going toe-to-toe here. As I mentioned, Steve Davis 3-1 up against Alan McManus on the other table. They're at their mid-session interval. We'll keep you in touch with that one also. But this one has the makings of being a classic. But at the moment, it's Mark Williams that's playing catch-up.
6.
Mark Williams, twice a winner of this UK Championship. 1999 he beat his fellow Welshman Matthew Stevens 10-8, and then in 2002 another closer final in fact. He beat the Irishman Ken Doherty 10-9, and in fact both the seasons he won the UK title he went on to win the world title, and in each occasion he beat the same players in the final. Matthew Stevens 18-16 in the year 2000, and Ken Doherty also 18-16 in 2003.
Well, if he's going to win the UK Championship, he's got a little bit to do in this one.
Yes, not a good start at all. Struggled, in fact, in his first match. We mentioned Hendry struggled to beat Dave Harold. Well, Mark Williams was 7-5 down to Gerard Green, but came through 9-7 in the end.
Yeah, well, Mark, provision up to number 5 is fairly safe for this season, I assume. Was it last season or the season before there was a chance of him dropping out?
A year ago, he was provisionally outside the top 16 going to York, yes. But turned it round, won the China Open in Beijing, which made a huge difference, of course.
He had a very strong back-end season, didn't he?
24.
Yes, quarter-finalist in the World Championship as we look at this pot on the blue, just disturbing a few reds, nicely on one to this right corner.
25.
Well, this is a great chance to put his first frame on the board, but at the moment, pink and black tied up, so I'll have to concentrate on the blue. I'm not sure if the red next to the pink will pot. I'd like to clear the pink, of course. But it doesn't matter if he takes 8, 9 blues. Well, I'm not sure if that red can see enough of that to pot it. If he has to do it all with the blues, he won't mind.
41.
These two have played twice before in this tournament. Stephen Hendry, as I said earlier, won 9-3 at this stage last year. And in fact, he beat Mark Williams in Mark's first appearance in the tournament in 1992, 9-8. Williams was a teenager then. You can see Hendry's had the better of the table time.
Yes, Mark, just overdoing that one slightly. Of course, played on the blue again. He's still on it. Might play the yellow or brown instead. But there's still a couple of reds open here, but he's got to keep control of the cue ball. We saw yesterday in the match with Ding's and Matthew Stevens. Ding went 4-0 ahead. Matthew came back to 4-3, but Ding took the last one of that session. Could that be the case here this afternoon with Mark Williams? I think from 4-0 down, if he comes out of this 5-3, he will be delighted. Now, will he take the risk of trying to develop the black? Or go around again for the blue? Well, there's your answer.
42.
And there is a red that will go to the right corner. The two together, the top one, the one that's furthest away from us, will go. But he's had to put some mileage on this cue ball here to stay on the blue. Well, he fancies the red next to the pink. Obviously, he can see enough of that.
47.
Which obviously is a bonus now because he'll develop the pink.
48.
He's underhit that. That's a very poor shot. Everything beforehand was perfect. That was a poor shot. He's got a 48-point lead, so he's not quite there yet. He needs a colour and one more red. Well, that makes it 54 with 59 on the table.
54.
Not sure if he'll take anything on here. Might just protect what he's got. Does he fancy the red to the corner? If it goes in, it's frame ball. Oh, what can you say? Well, he didn't mess about with that one. What a pot. Great shot. Who's next?
Touching ball.
No, it's touching ball, so he has to nominate. I think he's nominated green.
Mark Williams, 55.
Well, that's a very good 55 from Mark Williams, considering he's been sat out. And I think, has Stevens conceded?
Well, he's up behind the green. He doesn't want to get involved in playing on for snookers. So, Mark Williams, first frame on the board. But, well, it's a long way back. He's made a good start. He trails Stephen Hendry by 4 frames to 1. There's more when we return after this short break. Welcome back to the Barbican Centre in York. Stephen Hendry now 4-1 ahead of Mark Williams. Williams winning that 5th frame. Certainly didn't want to go 5-0 in arrears. So, the comeback starts here, maybe.
I'm sure Mark's happy to get his first frame on the board. And it was a wonderful break and a wonderful red to finish with. look at this one. Oh, great shot and a nice nudge on the yellow. Great pot. I think Stephen's up for this today, don't you?
Absolutely. Maybe has a point to prove. There's plenty of people ready to write him off. They've done it before. They were proved wrong then. Get the feeling they'll be proved wrong this time. He lost in the 1998 UK Championship first round 9-0 to Marcus Campbell. And there was plenty of doom and gloom from certain quarters, but turned things round as we see the initial red. Tremendous pot this. Turned things round to win the 1999 World Championship, his 7th world title, to break the record he held with Ray Reardon and Steve Davis.
Doesn't quite score as heavily as he did 3 or 4 seasons ago. Obviously he's come up to 37 years of age now in January. That's understandable. You can't go on forever, although Steve Davis seems to be doing that, but of course he's lost the edge a little. But you know, Stephen Hendry has still got the class to win this title this week.
He has the class, and he also has the belief and the hunger. He's won so much, more than anyone else, 36 world ranking titles. That's 8 more than Steve Davis, but he wants more. He's not one to just turn up and have a few knocks and then go home. He wants to win titles. That's why he continues to play.
Now then, will this be a trademark Hendry shot here? Full ball into the pink. Got a perfect angle. Oh, well. Did he hit them or did he hit them? He's got a red at the back of the pack there, actually, which I think will go to the right corner. Yes, a mobile phone just went off there. Message coming through. But he did crack those. But the red that's just above the black, I think, is available. Would have expected to be on an easy one than that, actually, the way he hit them. I can tell you that Steve Davis and Alan McManus have resumed on the other side of the partition, so again, we'll keep you informed of that. There is one there. It's just a question of the colour. Well, he was obviously holding for the pink. He needed that cue ball to go to the left a couple of inches. Still might take the pink to the middle, but of course would have been much easier if he'd have been straight on it. You could take this red on actually, Dave, and hold for the red near the blue, possibly to the same centre pocket. But he scored quite well actually in the first 4 frames. Yes, great shot. He's looking very sharp indeed.
Yes, he looks a lot more confident than he did in the first round against Dave Harrold, the match we mentioned earlier on. He led 7-3 there. Harrold came back to 7-all, and it was looking, well, a little bit sticky, to say the least, for the Scot, but came through 9-7, a couple of nice breaks in the last 2 frames, and, well, looking very settled. Another top player on top form. You saw Ronnie O'Sullivan, Graham Dott, John Higgins and Peter Ebden all play well to book their quarter-final places. This tournament really is coming to the boil now. This is the last day of the 3rd round. At the end of it, we'll know the quarter-final lineup. Promises to be a good lineup, whoever wins through.
Well, I think the best lineup we've had for years. And 4 or 5 players, all playing well. I think once the 8 get there, they're all playing well. You don't get to a quarter-final without playing bad, I don't think. But there's 1 or 2 slightly sharper than the others. John Higgins is looking very good indeed.
Yes, and of course, the players in the players' room will be watching quite a few of these matches. They'll know who's playing well, and they'll want to put on a show themselves, get the other players under a bit of pressure. Stephen Hendry playing in his 87th match in this UK Championship since he made his debut in 1985.
41.
He's already had a look at this pink. The camera angle says it does go. There is room for it. Yeah, it could run through, just nudge those 2 reds as well. persistent will then open up the black to that same corner pocket.
47.
Just having the cue ball cleaned. We're coming around to have a look at this black now. Looks very tight with that red there, but I think also having a look at the pink, see if that goes to the right corner. If not, it'll be down for the blue. And although Stephen lost that last frame, he'll want to reassert that 4-frame cushion. Well, there's room there for the pink. He could hold for the red that's nearest the corner actually, and then again we'll open up black to both corner pockets.
$44.
Well, I'm not sure if he meant to go that far down the table. It's okay. Could take the yellow, might try and go into the bunch. There's 2 reds that he could play on. One on the side cushion, one on the top cushion. Might play on the one behind the black here. Well, he's played on the one behind the pink. He's overdone it slightly. Still on. But the cue ball's run about, what, 6 or 8 inches too far? Should make this one though. Yes, well played.
48.
And he's just got enough angle on the blue here. Now, does he power this blue in, come off the side cushion with topspin, try and split the 4 reds? I think he's screwing back to the red on the right cushion, or near the right cushion. Could have done with that being straight actually. Could have run through for the black, although he can stun over for the black into the same corner pocket. He's played quite solid so far, Dave.
Yes, he looks in the zone. 4-1 up. 3 frames to come, including this one. Really taking the match by the scruff of the neck.
An example there, that was bang in the middle, didn't touch the sides, and that's an indication that he is cueing well and he's concentrating well.
Yes, like the Stephen Hendry of old, he won this title for the 5th time in 1996,
61.
making his 22nd appearance in this tournament. 9 finals, 5 titles, 13 semi-finals, playing for a place in his 17th quarter-final. Pretty formidable record.
And that red was frame ball. Mark needs a snooker. I don't think he will be coming out of his chair. This black will go in, split the reds. Well, now a chance of yet another century. It's 5-1, frame safe. Now, can he make the 3 figures?
$70.
Of course, he made that 103 in the 4th frame. 693 that was. This will be 694. Will he pass the 700 mark this week? Possibly.
76.
Well, knowing Stephen Hendry, he'll probably do it in the last frame of the final. Long way to go, of course, until then. He does love really punishing opponents, making them sit in that chair, making them watch, making them take their medicine.
84.
And Stephen Hendry, poor run of results recently, been short of confidence. I suspect it's returning now.
This is vintage Hendry. He really is getting back to his
91.
best. Very close to it. You can do nothing about this if you're sat in that chair and your opponent's knocking centuries in.
92.
There's evidence of that with John Higgins and Stephen Lee when John knocked 3 in on the bounce.
97. 99.
Possible 1, 2, 4 clearance. Still 146 at the top of the list there with David Gray and Mark King. They will share at the moment the £5,000 first prize, break prize I should say. Will there be a 147 this week? And the crowd have enjoyed yet another century in this match from Stephen.
106.
Well, this has been top draw. He's getting very close to his best again.
111. 117 in the frame.
Doesn't bother with the black. Stephen Hendry first won this title 17 years ago. On the evidence of that frame, he's as good as ever. Mark Williams won the 5th frame, but Stephen Hendry reasserts his authority. He leads 5-1. 2 more frames to come this session. This is the scene at York Barbican Centre. Stephen Hendry, 2 centuries in his match against Mark Williams. The other table sees another multiple UK champion, Steve Davis, in action against Alan McManus. I can tell you, Davis has made the better start, 3-1 up. Of course, he was the runner-up in this tournament last year. That was his 100th professional final. Well, will it be 101 come Sunday? A lot of snooker to be played before then. And 2 frames left in the match we've been watching between this man, Mark Williams of Wales, and Stephen Hendry. Well, quite a few people, I have to say myself included, thought Williams was the slight favourite in this match, but certainly things have turned around now as Hendry gets frame 7 underway with that 5-1 lead.
Yes, me too. We hadn't seen Mark actually in his previous match when he beat Gerard Green 9-7. Gerard, a very good player indeed actually. He can test a few of them on his day. Mark coming through that one, and well, has Stephen been lucky there with a break-off shot? Covered that red, possibly. Won't be too happy bringing the red up the table, but again, yeah, I'm with you, Dave. I thought Mark might be a slight favourite simply because of the form that Stephen showed in the match with Dave. Dave Howell, that was, of course. But well, he's certainly turned it on here this afternoon so far.
Yes, I guess it just shows you it's all on the day. All these top players are capable. Mark Williams is capable of producing tremendous form. It's just a question of doing it, and today Stephen Hendry's done it.
I think the other thing as well that we mentioned with Dave Howard is that he doesn't like to play like Dave Howard because he gets bogged down in tactical situations. You know, Stephen's a free-flowing player, as Mark Williams is, and they like to play pretty open games. They can get involved with tactical sides and all that when they have to, but normally these boys are top stars and win the matches or the frames should say, in 1 visit, 2 visits, and normally they're pretty open games. They play a similar game, Mark and Stephen.
Yes, they've had plenty of tussles over the years. 17-15 it is to Hendry on the head-to-head. I suppose their biggest meeting was the 1999 World Championship final, where Hendry won 18-11. That was to win his 7th world title, of course. Williams actually beat Hendry 9-2 in the final of the 1997 British Open. That was his first victory over the Scot, and I remember one of the journalists asked Williams at the end of the match, the stock question, "You must be delighted, Mark," and he said no. He said, "I wanted to beat him 9-1, which I think sums up Mark Williams' humour.
Was that Newport? Well, I think I might have been doing that one actually, but I think it was Newport or Cardiff, one of the two, and Mark was smart, knocks that red, cracking red. Yeah, I watched him play that day, and Mark was absolutely on fire, winning 9-2 there. Typical. They do text each other and rib each other all the time. I'm sure that Stephen stayed away from him for a couple of days there in this one, knowing that if they came through they'd be meeting in the draw. Good flat with it.
Yes, he wouldn't want to get involved in the mind games. Mark Williams is a real joker on the circuit.
touching ball.
Loves to wind people up and loves to be wound up.
Well, he needs to wind himself up here to come back from 5-1. Do you know, I think he snookered himself on that red. That really is unlucky. Cracking black, and he can't get to the potting angle. I think it's touching balls.
It is touching, yeah. He can't. He's been unlucky there, as you say, Mike. Well, when it rains, it pours.
Well, he can only play away now. That's end of break.
Mark Williams, 8.
Great attempt to get him behind the green. But unlucky to finish there on that red. He could have scored more. Again, as I mentioned, I mean, if Mark comes out of this 5-3, wins these next two, he'll be very happy with that. Stephen, I think also he wanting to get one of those two to finish at 6-2 ahead. And of course they will complete this evening. So two very important frames here, especially for Mark Williams.
Stephen Hendry, better percentage on the pot success rate, 96 to Williams' 90. That's reflected, of course, in the scoreline.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Mark. Mind you, there is a red here which is cuttable, the one nearest the black, and we saw Stephen knock a red in like that last frame actually. His priority is to get the white down the table, of course, but he might try and chip this one in. No, he's coming off the pack. And he's pushed a couple towards the right hand corner. Covered that one with the brown, but he has left one onto the left hand corner. Well, if Mark could see enough of those, which I don't think he can, he could have possibly made a plant. Well, I think he can, because he's looking at the plant here, so he obviously can see the potting angle. Well, the angle to play one onto the other. There's a bit of a gap between these two reds, actually, 3 or 4 inches, and that's the alternative. Pot that red and send the white around the back of the black. But he's definitely, I think, shaping up to play this plant. He could hold for the black. No, change his mind. He's going for the open red. That's the path of the cue ball. Well played. Tried with an element of safety. Full ball on the yellow would be nice. Oof, now that's made a difference. There's the nudges and kisses that you need, actually, to win frames, matches and tournaments.
Yes.
Should be much easier now to play this plant.
Leo Scullin is the referee today. Big match for him. First ever ranking event last 16 match on television for Leo. And, well, he's got a great pairing here.
I would have liked to hold the white a little higher than that. Now he's got to play a little tricky cannon to keep the white at this end.
11.
I mentioned the World Final in '99 between these two players, but probably their most famous match was the 1998 Wembley Masters Final, which you may recall went all the way to a respotted black. And it was the man at the table, Mark Williams, who potted it after Hendry missed. Well, it was a chance. Not an easy one, but it was a chance.
19.
And Mark came back to the table, gratefully knocked it in. Extraordinary finish, that.
Yes, Stephen had to play a dead weight black across the table into the middle pocket, and he said it moved, and Mark said no it didn't, you twitched.
That's right, yes. He doesn't mention it much, just 6 or 7 times a day.
It's not the best positional shot that Mark Williams has played. Needed that cue ball up a little higher for that red. And he could still take it on, but it's a thin cut. Face of disappointment. Well, is he contemplating the plant? Some distance between those two reds. You can't see him playing that. He's got to play away here, I think. I think this could be end of break unless he really pulls out a great pot. This is the shot. Underhit it by at least a foot. Still undecided. He must protect what he's got there. He must play safe. Well, he's playing the plant. And there's some distance between these two reds. He's thinking about playing it. I can't see him taking that on. That would be... that open red, I think he's going to try and cut it in. No.
Williams, 27.
Well, he's got the white down the table. Unfortunately, he cannoned into another one and took it with him. He's now left Stephen the red into the centre. I think that was the case there, Dave, really, just to protect what you've got and play good safety.
Especially with the position in the match, 5-1 down. Mark Williams knows he just can't afford to let Stephen Hendry get ahead of him anymore.
Well, I think Mark just pushed the boat out a little bit there, didn't he? It could prove costly.
I suppose with things going against him, he tried to force the issue, maybe.
Stephen Hendry looking a bit of a predator here this afternoon. Well, he's got choices here of brown or blue. Blue looks a little bit straight. Could play the brown to get back for the reds. Brown it is. Good pot. Knew he had the red over the right corner, but he needs to do something with the cue ball here to get on the colour.
5.
Could screw directly down the table and try and get him behind the pink. If not, he's got to find something down the other end of the table. And it's fairly straight.
6.
Well, he tried to screw it directly in behind the pink. Yes, it's on, but it's one of those. But I think the red knows the left-hand corner is available, but he might have another red available into that corner pocket on if he decides to take the pink. Could play the blue, try and lay him behind the green.
Blue ball.
Yes, I think he's playing that now. Trying to tuck the white in behind the green on the back cushion. Not quite.
Stephen Hendry, 6.
He'd be a little bit disappointed with that, actually. That was a great chance to put Mark in some trouble.
Remind you, the winner of this match plays Ronnie O'Sullivan in the quarter-finals. So whoever comes through, that should be a classic.
I'm sure he's in the wings watching a bit of this. He'll be down at the venue practicing, relaxing, but taking on board a little bit of this match. Well, there's a red to nothing here for Stephen. To the right corner. Ooh, bad mistake. Caught it far too thin. Collided with the black. Well, I'm not sure about that, actually, that shot, Dave, because I just thought at that angle he had to play a half-stun shot, you know, to punch it in to avoid the cannon on the black. Catching it on the thin side. How much damage has he done?
One.
Full ball on the brown would be nice for the black. That will do.
I think Mark Williams is looking at the top cushion and thinks he got a big bounce off it. Saw him holding his cue out as if to say, what happened there?
Not one to moan about tables then, Mark.
But it's always unfortunate when that happens. But he's okay here. This was his reaction. Just confusion. Couldn't understand why the white ended up where it did.
Well, don't understand that. That's a poor shot. He had a slight angle to get out for the black. Overdid it. That's a really poor shot considering where the reds are. He could have at least made a 40 break off that visit. So look at this again. It's not the worst shot I've seen him play, but it's in the top three.
Yes, that wasn't the table. That was Mark Williams.
All the way, and he's got the cannon. Well, that's a great recovery considering the previous red was not good.
16.
Oh, that wasn't exactly clean either. I'd say he could make a 40 off this opportunity. He doesn't need to really. He needs to make a 25-30-ish to secure this 7th frame. And, you know, Mark really needs to put this one on the board, and then he can really put all of his efforts into that last frame of the session.
19.
Again, 5-3-0 going into tonight's session. That's not too bad. But I think he's left himself a little bit straight on this red. He wanted some angle to come down for the pink or black. And what is he? 48 the lead, so still another couple of reds with colours required. Brown looks a little straight. Might have to play the yellow to get on this red on the top cushion. A little bit more awkward being left-handed. He's just checking the bottom red of the two now, see if it goes to the right corner. Left-hand red. There's enough there sticking out.
Mark Williams.
Well, a bad miss on the colour, just as well he hasn't got position. Coming into this match, Dave, as you mentioned, we thought it might be Stephen that would be struggling. It's not. It's Mark Williams. Good weight on the cue ball. Having said that, Mark has a 49-point lead. He's got that little bit of insurance with that red on the side cushion. I mean, he used to knock a high percentage of those in, didn't he? But okay, it was tucked under the back cushion, but doesn't seem to do that these days. Marcus has been struggling a little bit with his form, as Stephen has also. But Stephen has definitely played better today. Chance here then. Red to the corner. Great shot. Well, good red. Unlucky with the positional side. He'll lay a snooker now. There's still enough there for him to win this frame. Just open the green and yellow.
Stephen Hendry, 1.
Still got the problem that red on the side cushion, of course, if he gets the chance. But Mark has to get himself out of the snooker first. 48 the difference, 51 remaining on the table. Well, he was hoping to hit the red near the middle pocket. A miss has been called, but of course Stephen will not take it because the red is on. That was the last place he wanted to finish with a cue ball. Again, Stephen still has that problem of the red on the side cushion. A lot to be done here to win this frame at this visit. Well, he could possibly nudge that red from here, but if he misses it, he's out of position for the other red. We'll probably hold for the red to the centre. He's gone for the red. Oh, well, he concentrated that much on the cannon. He missed the pot, and in the end has conceded the frame.
Yes, disgusted with himself there. Mark Williams doesn't even have to get out of his seat. He's won the frame, and he trails by 5 frames to 2. Coming over to have a word with Leo Scullion, when in fact he's going out of the arena. So 1 frame to come, and what a big frame it is. Mark Williams, if he wins it, will be trailing 5-3. Stephen Hendry knows if he wins it, he'll take a 4-frame cushion into this evening's final session. Join us after this. Welcome back. Last frame of the session. Stephen Hendry leading Mark Williams 5-2. First to 9 will book a quarter-final place against Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Obviously, no need for us to mention the importance of this frame for Mark Williams. But it just did anyway. 5-3 would be much better than 6-2. Stephen has to put the disappointment of that last frame out of his mind. But well, Mark's just sticking in there, actually. You know, he's struggled a little bit in the session, although Stephen has played very well indeed. But again, 5-3 down in this session. I think Mark would think he's probably won it 5-3. The way things have gone. That's the beauty of this UK Championship, as in the World Championship, the longer matches. You know, he's still not out of it.
Williams has a reputation as one of the finest single ball tossers in the game, but they're not going in today so far.
Well, I think he can just get this frame on the board and get out of there and think about what's going on tonight, Davey. He'll be delighted. You know, he knows that he has struggled this afternoon, and just put a good effort into this last frame. He can relax for a few hours, come back this evening, and hopefully he can turn things around. You know, I don't know, you know, sometimes these boys, you just switch it on like a tap, you know, turn it on like a tap, and just suddenly tonight would be a better session for him. Who knows, Stephen could struggle tonight.
Yes, well, as you say, Mike, these are long matches, first to 9. Most of the tournaments on the circuit are best of 9, first to 5, in which case Hendry would already be through.
Just a little matter of a gentleman called Ronnie O'Sullivan waiting after this round. Need to book your seats for that one. We've got them already.
Yes, that would be a good final, wouldn't it? O'Sullivan versus Hendry or Williams, but in fact it's a quarter-final.
Well, the way things have panned out, wouldn't it be nice, Ronnie O'Sullivan and Higgins in the final, but you know, anybody coming through there, it's still going to be a great lineup. But it's definite that Ronnie and John are the form boys at the moment. They look very sharp indeed, and the other boys are just probably playing behind that level a little. Well, is it contemplating a plant to the centre here? I don't think so. If you screw him, I'm trying to get the white back to the top cushion. I think just send the other two reds up the table. Don't think you can make the plant from there. It's slightly the wrong angle. Just trying to get the white to the top cushion. Well, there is a red on here for Steve, and the one just beyond the green is cuttable, but can't keep control of the cue ball. That was a cracking pot. Just caught the middle knuckle there, and he's run slightly out of position, although he can take on the black to the middle, which I don't think he will do, just tuck him behind the black. But from distance there, under the cushion, that was a cracking red.
Stephen Hendry, 1.
That also is a great shot. You had to play a little deft touch there to snooker mark, but not a tough escape, just in the side of the bunch. I think he's underhit that. Oh, well, that was so careless. It just seemed to get down and so casual, and the way he played that, it's really a bad shot. And Stephen's eyeing up this red next to the green. Well, he was. A little casual there, Mark Williams. Stephen looking for a better opening. Might be a little bit of tactical play down this end of the table for a few minutes. Now, Stephen will try and get the white behind the black on the top cushion. He's done that. Good shot. Well, Mark's just playing dead weight on this red. Is it touching?
Touching both.
Yes, it is. So again, behind the black on the top cushion. This time Steve wants to try and, well, he's not playing that one actually. I was going to say he wants to prevent Mark from playing into the pack, dead weight. So he's decided to just put some distance between them this time. Well, up to the red again. Oh, hang on. Oh, I thought he'd nearly turned that over actually. He nearly left that red onto the middle. Still might have.
Both these players coached by Terry Griffiths, who was the absolute master of this sort of snooker.
Well, I think that's a little careless from Stephen there. If Mark can see this red, it is possible. I'm to play with a touch of left-hand side, if to swerve it around the black. It's only about a quarter pole cut this. Stephen needed to put that red beyond the pocket. This is cuttable, but he's got to get around that black first. Yep, well played. Moves the side. Ooh, unlucky. He's covered everything at that end of the table. Yes, he's got the blue on, but it's not easy. I don't think he can see the green. The brown's covering the yellow. Oh, he can see the green. That's a bonus. And this was the red. And he popped in.
Five. Yes. 11.
Well, still 2 or 3 reds open here for Mark Williams before he has to try and disturb something. Oh, wow.
Mark Williams?
Well, no excuse for that. That's just carelessness.
Astonishing miss, this. You should say, Mike, just took his eye off it.
Well, I've concentrated that much on the red. Unbelievable miss, really.
What a reprieve for Stephen Hendry.
Especially at the stage of this match as well, you know, to go 5-3. This could be 6-2 in a few minutes' time. Mark has struggled this afternoon. He hasn't looked focused at all. Stephen Hendry has definitely looked the better of the two, hence the scoreline. But that really was a bad miss on the blue from Mark Williams. Could it cost him this frame? Well, he's decided to take the blue instead of the black. Obviously the black is a little bit too straight. Might put on those 2 reds near the green spot. Well, he's played on one and he's knocked one in, I think. Oh. Anything else going to happen? Well, it's quite incredible, really. You can play that another 9 times, and there's no way you'll do that. It was a bit of a poor shot, actually, to get anywhere near those reds from that blue at this level. Well, I think Mark's put Stephen back in.
Just to bring you up to date with the match on the other side of the curtain, Steve Davis, 6 times the UK champion, leads Alan McManus 4-2, so McManus winning the 6th frame. Steve Davis will have plenty of support here in York this week. Gone are the days where he used to be booed going into arenas, as we look at this shot from Mark Williams.
Well, there you go. That's what he thought of it. It was miles away, but the bad thing was that he cannoned into the pack of reds and has left these open for Stephen. And it's got to be said that Mark Williams is having a torrid time out there. He's not playing at all. He's struggling. He's giving Stephen chance after chance after chance. And I'm sure that Stephen will take this one as well.
Yes, you said, Mike, that it was an important frame for Mark Williams, and he's played pretty carelessly, really, in it.
Well, also, his selection of shots have not been good. I mean, he just needed to play a good, tight frame, didn't he? You know, he's not been scoring heavily enough, but I mean, just play it nice and disciplined and whatever. And he's gone for one or two, which I think he shouldn't have gone for. And he's probably handed this frame to Stephen on a plate again. And I'm afraid he might find himself 6-2 behind going into this evening after this visit. And it comes to a point that you can't keep playing shots like that and pushing the boat out. And fine, if you're flying and you're playing really well, you knock them in. But Mark was a couple of feet away from that red, from the pocket, and I think Stephen's going to punish him yet again.
13, yes.
Yes, Stephen has played well, but there's been occasions where Mark could have pinched another couple of these frames, and that blue also was a bad miss.
Yes, the one thing that will cost players at this level is unforced errors, and that blue was certainly one.
Not saying it was the wrong shot, but he was miles away from the pocket. Stephen nicely on the pink, 3 open reds to play before he has to try and take one of those on the side cushion. What a great shot that is. That just shows how players think ahead there. He could have just played on the red, 2 of the reds in the middle of the table. No, he thought, I'll develop another one, and I know that I'm bound to leave myself on the other one to the middle. Always looking to give themselves an easy opportunity to clinch the frame.
$28.
Well, these 3 reds in the open, one there's the blue of course. You won't need that awkward one on the side cushion to put Mark in snooker's required stage. And I think Mark, after this session, Dave, really has to look back on some of the shot selection here this afternoon, which has cost him a lot of frames. Okay, he hasn't played well, but you know, you can't keep going for them if you know you're struggling.
No, and it's always a long way back against Stephen Hendry.
42.
We've seen 2 centuries from Hendry this afternoon. Looking very controlled, very focused. Won this title 5 times, the last of which was 10 years ago. It's in the final first in 1988, lost to another Welshman, Doug Mountjoy. 9 finals in total.
Well, he could take the red off here, but he's got a 32-point lead. He should play... Oh, sorry, he's on the colour, of course. 36, so he just needs this red. Mark will cry snookers. It's going to be 6-2 to the Scotsman.
47.
And this is the great shot where he developed that red. And that made the difference because he did need one of those reds to, well, again, make Mark require snookers. Another nudge on the red. And if he pops this one in down the cushion, it's a definite 6-2 lead going into tonight's session. Can't see him missing this. He's queuing too well. He's taken the game to Mike Williams. He's looked very focused here this afternoon. And there's the percentage, and there's the difference in the frame score. 95% is against 88. That's not good enough for Mike Williams, I'm afraid, not at this level. He's got some job on tonight to get back into this match.
Yes, judging by that picture, Mark Williams didn't have a close shave this morning, but if he's going to win this match, it'll be one tonight, because he needs to win 7 of a possible 9 frames. Tough task.
Very capable, but I can't see it.
Well, Stephen Hendry struggled over the line in the previous round. Beat Dave Harold eventually 9-7. But looking much more comfortable here this afternoon.
Yes, he's put that right, hasn't he?
Stephen Hendry.
So it's Stephen Hendry who has the best of this opening session. 4-0 it was at the interval, and it ends with Stephen Hendry leading by 6 frames to 2. So 3 more required. When they return tonight, Stephen Hendry looking good for a meeting with Ronnie O'Sullivan in the quarterfinals. What a match that could be. Hendry and Mark Williams. Hendry leading 6-2 after the first session. And Mark Williams, well, he was off the boil really this afternoon, but needs to be on his game if he's going to clinch his place in the quarterfinals, because Stephen Hendry looked pretty sharp.
He did. And he'll want to push on here early on in the session. But obviously that Steve Davis Alan McManus match was recorded a little bit early on. And that, in fact, they're waiting to come out on the other table. The Joe Perry-Ken Doherty match is still going on. I can tell you that Joe Perry leads Ken Doherty by 7 frames to 5 there. He's taken the first 4. Let's remember, Ken Doherty led 5-3 overnight. And Joe Perry's taken the first 4 to lead 7-5, but Steve Davis and Alan McManus will have to wait a little longer to continue their match. In the meantime, we're going to concentrate on this one between Stephen Hendry and Mark Williams. And well, Mark Williams in the first session, Dave, was all over the place. Let's be honest.
Yes, he looked from his body language as if he wasn't quite there. Didn't seem totally together, and that, I think, was reflected in the way he played. Better start tonight, though. Good long red on the black.
You can never discount these top players. They can just 10 it on like that, or try to. And I think Mark will be annoyed with himself with the session that he had this morning, late morning, and Stephen played well. Perhaps it could be role reversal this evening. And that was an excellent red to start this break.
Yes, and of course, Williams capable of doing to Hendry what Hendry did to him.
Well, evidence of that on the other table. Joe Perry has won the first 4 over there. What's the odds of Mark winning the first 4 here to level things up? It's definitely not behind him, that's for sure. But he needs to knuckle down. He was very loose in that first session and has left himself a bit to do. I'm sure he's going to be more focused this evening. Otherwise, I'm afraid he's on his way back to Wales. Might go into the bunch here with the power.
$24. 25.
There's still a red available there at the right of the bunch. Just come off the side cushion with the cue ball. $3-1 would be nice in this session for Mark. Of course, that will make it 7-5. Chance of winning from there.
43.
Well, in fact, in the 2001 UK Championship quarter-final, this is of course the last 16 match, in the quarter-final, Williams trailed Hendry 8-4, came back to win 9-8. So he has done it before here in York. Going into the reds there, he's got a red to the yellow pocket to keep the break alive. There's no doubt Williams will believe he can still win. And he certainly seems to have come out fighting.
Well, I think he thought he'd got that one, so did we.
These two players, great friends and friendly rivals, always winding each other up behind the scenes. And whoever does lose the match can expect a few abusive text messages, I'm sure, later on. Great pot this to the middle from Williams. He certainly looks a lot sharper tonight than he did this afternoon. Nicely into the reds, spreading them. So, good chance now to win this opening frame, reduce his arrears to just 6-3.
9.
Of course he knew coming out tonight he needed to make a good start. Mark Williams, twice the winner of this UK Championship, 1999 and again in 2002. This it really is one of the classic pairings in snooker.
90.
These two players won so many titles between them over the last decade or so. Mark Williams, professional since 1992.
20.
In fact, it was Stephen Hendry who beat him on his debut in this tournament. Fought through the qualifiers at the Norbreck Castle Hotel in Blackpool to get to Preston and played very well. Took Hendry to a decider in his first year as a pro. 9-8 though, Hendry went through, but on the head-to-head it's 17-15 to Hendry, so very, very close. Williams won their last meeting. That was the quarterfinals of the China Open last season. Maybe a little bit straight on this black. He'll need just one more red in addition to the black to put the frame safe. Well, he's found one to the left centre. So this effectively frame ball.
27.
Williams just checking the scoreboard once again. Not comfortable at all on this. Just a little bit more awkward now. The black is next to the cue ball. But it's in. And certainly if he knocks the blue in here, Stephen Hendry is unlikely to come back to the table. Yes, he's playing well so far tonight.
33.
Could be a very entertaining evening snooker here. These two players always a joy to watch when they're both on form. This afternoon it was just Stephen Hendry who hit top gear, 2 centuries, on his way to building a 6-2 lead.
37.
But it looks like Mark Williams has joined battle at last.
38. Mark Williams,
Black stays out, but that doesn't matter because Mark Williams, well, he was 6-2 down to this man, Stephen Hendry, when they resumed, but he wins the first frame to 0. So, Hendry 6, Williams 3. First to 9, I remind you, goes through to the quarterfinals where Ronnie O'Sullivan awaits. Frame 10 is after this short break. It's day 4 of the Maplin UK Snooker Championship, playing for places in the quarterfinals. Third round ends tonight. We're watching Stephen Hendry against Mark Williams. Hendry resumed 6-2 up after the first session. Mark Williams has won frame 9, so 6-3, first to 9, plays Ronnie O'Sullivan in the quarterfinals.
Never easy though, some distance.
One.
Well, Stephen could just see a map of that to pull it onto the middle. Excellent pot. And I think there might be a strong reply here from the Scotsman, having lost that opening frame of this session. He wants to re-establish that 4-frame cushion. Played on the red left of the bunch. Black only available to the right corner pocket. Expect Stephen to put a strong session in here. He wants to really get Mark out of the way. He knows what a dangerous opponent he is, and if Mark starts to turn it on, he could find himself under a little bit of pressure.
Yes, and of course the main thing is to get through to the quarterfinals, but there's also the friendly rivalry between them. Whoever wins will have bragging rights until the next tournament. Both players given advice by Terry Griffiths, the 1982 UK champion. Not quite sure what Terry does on days like today. Go into one dressing room, give some advice, go into the other dressing room, give some more advice.
I think he just leaves them alone, let them get on with it. Best of luck, boys. I think that's probably about it. The technical stuff, I think that if Stephen and Mark seek him out beforehand, then fair enough. But he won't go willingly, especially if he's got the 2 lads on board.
At least Terry's one man who can't lose today.
22.
Don't know. Being a Welshman, what do you think? A non-committal, Dave.
Well, Terry might be listening, Mike, so I'm keeping quiet.
29. 30.
Stephen Hendry seems to be playing better than he has done for a while. We said if you were with us this afternoon that he's fallen to 11th in the provisional world rankings. Too low, you feel, for a player of his reputation.
Yes, indeed. If he wins this match, he will go up to number 9, actually. Didn't play that well against Dave Howard. Won that one 9-7, and Dave didn't play well either. He'll be the first to admit that. So, in the end, he played 2 good frames at the end of the match to get over the line, but he's played much better in this one, and what a cracking shot that is to get those open.
Hit that perfectly. So well in here for a big break. He's already had 2 centuries in the match.
Close to that 700 mark. Way ahead of anybody else.
Yes, that would be a great way to end the year, wouldn't it? 700 centuries.
Sitting at 694 at the moment. Ronnie O'Sullivan, I should say, at 458. I think he should take the one to the middle. Decided to hold for the pink instead of screwing back for the black. But the reds are all there. And it's a great chance to make it 7-4. Well, now then, pink might go his own spot. I was about to say, I thought it might be slightly awkward. He's covered the red to the right corner. He's got one to the left and one to the right centre. Or has he covered the one to the right corner? It's very close to that pink. And there's room there for the cue.
53.
Well played. It's a little shaky, Stephen, against Dave Howard. He's looking a lot more comfortable out there against Mark. Pressure was on, of course, being provisionally the 11 in the world from the start of number 1.
Yes, I think it was a case, Mike, of opening round nerves, really, and also, as we said on Saturday, doesn't like playing Dave Harrell, doesn't really like his style of game. But he's certainly settled in here.
Well, as you saw, came right across that one. Not be too happy missing that one. That, in fact, was frame ball. That would have made it 67. The lead was 67 on. So a chance here for Mark then to get back into this one. No, missed it. Meanwhile, I can tell you that Ken Doherty has pulled one back against Joe Perry. He was 7-5 down Well, he's got the first frame after the interval. It's now Joe Perry 7, Ken Doherty 6. Stephen eyeing up this red to the yellow pocket. Again, just needs that one red, and then, well, Mark can only tie. There's nothing there. Well, he's just going to give this one 100%. Pop the red in, should land on a colour, and it should be 7-3. It was close, but not close enough. And he has left a red to the middle, 2 reds in fact, to the right centre. But neither are easy for Mark. Could play the right hand one, as you see Stephen in the chair. That's a good chance there actually. Right hand red of the 4. Pop that one into the middle pocket. Stun back for the black. Well, I think he's playing the other one actually, the straighter red. No, he was playing the outside one. Sometimes you see those reds go down the cushion like that off the middle jaw. Now, is there a plant here to the centre? That was a chance there for Mark. Yeah, Stephen eyeing this 2-ball plant up to the left centre. A couple of inches between them, but if this goes in, bound to be on pink or black. This is effectively frame ball. Well, he's still not over the line in this one. Mark, I'm sure, will take on this red to the green pocket. Once again, with a good chance for Stephen to clinch this frame. Well played. That's better. Well, they're all there. This would be a steal. He looks a lot more focused and determined this evening, Dave. Mark Williams.
He certainly does. Playing very well. Of course he needs to. That's the point. He wants to play any further part in this Matlin UK Championship. He's won the title twice, 1999 and again in 2002. Not been to the quarterfinals though since he last lifted the trophy.
Very surprised the way he played that last red actually to get on the pink. I thought he might have stunned ever slightly for the same corner. He was just checking it. He will take the pink. He's just looking to hold the white roughly where it is now and take that red on there, the green.
$50. Mark Williams, 50.
Well, not good. Mark might have thrown this frame away now. And pop this red into the green pocket, stun down for pink or black. Well, Stephen can't clinch this frame at the moment. 3 good chances he's had. Nearly fluked it to the middle. I think he's not too bad actually, because the green is covering that pocket. That won't go. So Mark has got away with that one. Well, Stephen decided to go for that one. There's another chance for Mark to get right back in this frame. I'm just wondering why we might think about cannon into the yellow here. No, probably just try and stay on that red near the yellow. Too early in this break. Just get a few points on the board. Left-handed, of course, the one on the side cushion, not a problem.
Nine.
Well, elected to try and nudge it. Now, is this cuttable back into the middle?
12.
It looks very thin. He can try and get on the black with this one. He might have to take this down into the corner pocket. I think he might have just pushed this red a touch too far. I think he's going for the cut. Well played.
14.
Oh, well played indeed. Perfect shot on the black. Of course, needs to get the cue ball down the other end of the table, though, for that last red. Black looks a little straight. I'm not sure if he got the natural angle from the pink. So a deep screw here with side. He's got plenty of cue power. Great shot. He doesn't want this red straight. He wants some angle on it. It looks fairly straight. Could have done with that cue ball tight to the cushion. Doesn't look like there's much angle there. He needs another good shot to get out for one of the bolt colours. And what is he? 31 behind. So he needs the brown at least.
21.
Side. Great shot. Side took effect. That was a wonderful shot. But I'm not sure if this yellow goes to the middle actually. It looks fairly tight. Can he just drop in behind this yellow? He must take the brown here, otherwise he can only tie. Well, I'm not too sure about that one.
25.
Didn't get deep enough into the cue ball there. And he will not be taking on a pot from here. Just the safety coming up. Probably leave the white behind the brown. Yellow in the middle of the table. But at least he's given himself a chance to pinch this one. Well, he's overhit it.
Williams, 25.
No, 25 for Mark. Again, has given himself a chance. He needs them all, though. Stephen will just play this yellow up and down for safety. Possibly white in behind the black. Well, he's got a kick. Just depends if the yellow goes to the cushion. That's okay. It's not bad. Well, it's better than not bad.
Yes, with 5 colours on their spots, even though Hendry only needs the yellow, if Williams got a chance, you'd fancy the clearance.
And this is not easy either. This is very awkward. Just having the cue ball clean to give himself a little bit more thinking time. He could play that sort of the half double kiss here actually, about half ball on the left hand side on the yellow. It's quite tight to that cushion, so he could double kiss, leave the yellow down this end and hopefully leave the white at that end. Let's just see which way he goes with this. That's the path for the yellow. Well, he's gone the other way. Well, not bad. Stephen will not be taking on anything here. This is a massive point in this match day, isn't it?
Well, massive ball, isn't it, this yellow, in the context of this contest.
Both these players know it. They know how to pick out the important parts of matches. Well played. Great shot. Applying the pressure to Stephen. Well, he's played a good one. Can Stephen return here? He's left it. That was the error that Mark Williams is looking for. He can get through to this yellow.
Two.
Well, I just went a touch too far, but it's okay. He can hold for the brown.
Five.
Oh, that wasn't clean either. A few nerves out there.
Nine.
Slow down. Well, that is a bad shot. Anywhere but there. He might have a slight angle on this blue, but he needs some angle to get close to this pink because the black is tight to the cushion. Well, the question is now, how does he stay on the black from here? He's going to have to knock this in and go all the way around the table. That was a mistake. It was the shot from brown to blue, which was the bad shot. Stephen knows he's got half a chance here.
What a huge frame this is now.
This is all about pace. It looks pretty good. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, here's a question. Does he go for it? I think Mark might, at this stage, I can't see him going for this.
Very tough, Mark, isn't it, this?
He can't go for this. He must nut the black around the table. Well, he's looking at the angle. Perhaps at some pace, though, Dave, he could take the black away from the pocket. I think he's going for this. Yes. Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
Yes, the shot of the match, no question at all. Stephen Hendry was closing in on that frame, but Mark Williams pots an unbelievable black across the top cushion. He trails now just 6-4. Come back to the Barbican Centre, York. Well, Mike Allett and myself are still getting our breath back after that black Mark Williams potted to win frame 10. 6-4, and as you see, he's straight in the next frame. Really was a tremendous pot, that, Mike.
Well, I just thought that he's gone that far, hasn't he, that he might as well have a go at it, because he played it at pace to come away from the pocket if he missed. But a wonderful black. Mark looking to split a few here, just at the edge of the pack, and you know, he decided, he committed himself. He won't be too happy with the finish there. But that's the courage of these top stars, you know, that's the reason why they are where they are. There's no point in being a shrinking violet, is there? You don't get anywhere.
I suppose the way he looked at it, he could lose the frame playing a bad safety.
Yes. You know, I've often thought that I think the way to go, especially like in, if we see him miss that one. I was about to say, we get to the end of a match, if you're going to get beat having a go. Don't get beat playing a bad shot and a bad safety and then just leaving the match on. You know, give yourself a 50% chance.
Well, they say fortune favours the brave, and it was a brave attempt and a great pot. But as we see, Stephen Hendry back at the table.
Well, Mark was brave to take that red on, but didn't come off on that occasion. It just depends what Stephen can do here with this opportunity. If it goes 6-5, no doubt Stephen will start to think about things. But he, from his point of view, wants to put in a solid frame here. Talking about solid frames, I can tell you on the other table, when we told you last it was 7-6 to Joe Perry, well, he's gone one from victory. He leads the Irishman by 8 frames to 6. Let's not forget that Ken Doherty came out at the beginning of that session 5-3 ahead.
9.
So it's 5-1 in that session to Joe Perry at the moment. He needs one more to go into the quarterfinals where John Higgins awaits. In the meantime, it's Stephen Hendry back at the table here in this battle.
$16. $17. $21. Stephen Hendry.
Well, that really is a bad miss. Pretty straight. No excuses for that.
Hendry possibly rocking a little after losing that last frame. Had chances to win it, but in the end didn't take them.
Well, still looks fairly relaxed, but that was an awful miss.
One.
What a shot again. I think he's on one to the right centre, if not definitely on one to the right, well, definitely on the one to the right centre, I should say. He might be on one to the right corner.
7.
Well, what a great shot this was.
14.
No question, Williams has his tail up at the moment. Really aggressive there. Excellent chance this.
Well, he's had a sniff, hasn't he, of the winning line. If he makes this 6-5, he knows he can win this match. He's trying 100%. This could turn out to be a classic if it went all the way.
Yes, I'm sure Stephen Hendry hoping it won't. But of course, this is what happens in these longer format tournaments. See turnarounds in the UK and the World Championships.
22. 23.
It's all about the 17 frames, not just the first 8 frames. Mark Williams may be saving his best form for last.
Well, he was pretty dire in the first session, has to be said. He'll be the first to admit that, but he knew that he had to come out this evening more determined, more focused. He's certainly done that. He's taken the match to Stephen Hendry.
41.
Great friends, these two. If they ever revived the World Doubles Championship, I think they'd probably play together. Of course, Stephen Hendry's previous partner in that tournament, Mike, was your good self.
Well, I carried him for a couple of years. I was very fortunate. Was he very fortunate? Yeah, we had some good times.
A lot of people feel that sort of tournament should come back, something a little bit different.
Well, you know, there's the team event we used to love. The doubles used to be fantastic. It used to be great stuff, you know. And it used to be at this time of the year as well, just before Christmas. And of course, we're seeking new sponsors and all the time to fill up the calendar. We're very happy that Maplin have come in this year for a 3-year deal. We welcome them very much so into the game, and hopefully there's 1 or 2 more sponsors there waiting in the wings. We still have a great product. Mark Williams making a 52 there. We have a wonderful product. We just need to nurture it again, and hopefully the sponsors will be there.
Yes, Mark Williams just running out of position there, just before frame ball. So looked for all the world like 6-5. Still may be, but not quite yet.
Got to avoid the double kiss. Well, he went for the pot. I didn't fancy him to do that. And if this red doesn't go, he's been very fortunate. I think he put all his eggs in one basket there. Well, he has been very fortunate. Mark will just play a safety here. No, gone for the double. Well, that surprised me. Oh. Of course, that was frame ball. Great shot. Stephen now requires 2 snookers.
Yes, further signs of Mark Williams' aggression tonight. We saw that black in the last frame. Great double there. To lead by 48 with 43 on. Stephen Hendry can't be bothered coming back to play on for 2 snookers. So, Mark Williams, 3 in a row. He came back tonight trailing 6-2. It's now 6-5. One more frame before the mid-session interval. So, first to 9 goes through to the quarterfinals. It looked for all the world like Stephen Hendry. Who knows now? Join us again after this break. Welcome back to the Barbican Centre. Gripping evening here. Stephen Hendry was 6-2 up on Mark Williams. First to 9 frames reaches the quarterfinals. Mark Williams has won the first 3 frames of the evening, so 6-5. One more to come before the interval. Plenty for Stephen Hendry to think about.
12. Mark Williams to break.
It's the Welshman to get us underway in frame 12.
There will be plenty to think about if it goes 6-all. Not sure when Stephen took that red onto the corner, that was probably the correct shot. But he got away with it until Mark got that magnificent double into the centre. I think Stephen needs to just consider the percentages a little bit more here. He normally does. He won't stop attacking, that's for sure. That's his natural game. There you go. That's the white on the side cushion. Doesn't want this black straight actually as we watch the replay. Just suddenly across the black, just too hard. If he's got some sort of angle on this black, he could come round off 2 cushions for the red above it. Nope, not interested. Playing the safety.
Stephen Hendry?
Yes, I think now is the time to think about what's going on and what has gone on. Every credit to Mark Williams though, he's gradually built himself back into this match with not overly spectacular snooker, but solid snooker. And at this moment in time he won't care as long as he's putting those frames on the board. I'm not sure if Stephen can see enough of that one to pot it. I think he's going to play a safety off the pack. But it's definitely game on now. Well, Mark can definitely see this red. I think both of them actually towards this right-hand corner. So Stephen not quite getting his safety in the right spot at the moment. He's giving Mark 1 or 2 chances. Well played. Oh, unlucky.
Stephen Hendry, 4.
Well, wriggled in. Brown, possibly to get back for this red down here, this end of the table. That's a clever shot. He's tried to develop the black with that shot, and he has done a little, not as much as he would have liked, but he's taken it off that side cushion a couple of inches. But in doing so, he's left the white near that cushion. But this shouldn't be a problem to him. He can pop this one in and try and get round for the blue. Just cue it nicely. He's got some angle there.
6.
He couldn't generate enough power. Out of position.
Stephen Hendry, 6.
Well, he's stopped Mark from seeing the red on the side cushion, so he's forcing him to open up the pack here. Just needed a touch more. You can see, Stephen can of course see this one on the left hand side. One mistake from either player here though, and there could be a substantial break in the offing. Good shot. That really was an excellent shot from Stephen here, but there is a pass back to the ball carrier. It's not easy. I think he's playing the top one of the four lined up together. In fact, I think it will go. He might be attempting a pot here. Oh, what can you say? Top draw. What do they say when the going gets tough?
Well, he's gone for some really tough shots tonight and has got most of them. Mark Williams playing very well. Has Stephen Hendry in his sights.
Yes, he might have been half a lap down, but he certainly closed the gap.
Remind you, winner plays Ronnie O'Sullivan in the quarterfinals of this Maplin UK Championship, and that match will be on Thursday. Ding Junhui already through today to play Peter Ebden. John Higgins awaits the winner of Ken Doherty's match with Joe Perry, and Graham Dott will play either Steve Davis or Alan McManus.
Of course, Steve Davis and Alan McManus still waiting in the wings actually, because they're waiting for the other table. The finish of the Joe Perry Ken Doherty match, they are scheduled to play on that table. And that was about an hour or so ago. But I think these players are used to that actually, with this roll on roll off thing, but these are obviously scheduled times, but some can overrun, and that was an excellent red there from Stephen. Not sure if the pink goes on that spot, but the black isn't available, so not really a problem. Referee Leo Scullion, Sheffield man, isn't he? Dave, is it? No, I can't remember where he's from now.
Leo's Scottish.
Oh, sorry.
Brendan Moore, I think you're thinking of, Mike, is the referee from Sheffield. A few new faces around this season.
Yeah, I should pick it up actually with a Scottish accent. There's a clue there somewhere. But I'm sure he's enjoying this as well, out there for the first time in the main match arena, and he's enjoying and being involved in a cracking match between these two. Well, he might be Scottish, but he might have moved down a few hundred miles. You never know.
Well, he's got a ringside seat here in what's shaping up to be a classic. Stephen Hendry will be telling himself, you have to win the frame at this visit. Too many slip-ups so far tonight. He knows how well Williams is playing.
I think he also knew that Mark was not going to lie down. He knew that he was bound to come back at him.
21.
Yes, we've seen the top players do it so many times. That's what makes them top players. They never believe they're beaten. No matter what the score, they're always in there trying.
$28. $29. $35. Right, yes.
As always, you can only sit in that chair and hope that your opponent misses one. It's not like knocking the ball back over the net of tennis, so to speak.
36.
You can do something about it in that game, unless you're playing against Roger Federer, of course. And it's a different ball game. What a player he is. These two lads in this game are no slouches either.
42.
Won a lot of titles between them. Produced some wonderful entertainment over the years.
43.
Well, that was frame ball. And this pink to make doubly sure. This has been a good contribution from Stephen here, considering that Marcus was beginning to put him under some pressure.
Hendry, 43.
Well, a good 43 from Stephen. Mark requires one snooker. He will play on. Mark taking the opportunity to open up the black. He needs that, of course, with the three remaining reds.
Yes, it was a good contribution from Hendry because he'd been tested, losing those first three frames. Wanting to get a bit of clear blue water, really, between him and Mark Williams. Barring a snooker, that's what he's done.
Well, he's managed to cover the one over the corner. I think he's only given... Well, Mark's got a choice of two, actually. But of course, Mark's problem now is not leave that one over the left-hand corner pocket. Try and put the white on the left-hand cushion as we look. It's about all he could do from there, really. He'll have to be patient. Well, Mark might be forced into a pot here, but can he get over for the black? He could double kiss the other one, perhaps. Caught it too thick. That's a question of, has he left anything on? He's left the one to the yellow pocket. Wasn't easy, couldn't guarantee position on a high value colour there. Well, all Stephen has to do here is just cue this one well, knock it in, and it's 7-5 at the interval. And I think he'll be mighty relieved. Oh, hang on. So, still an outside chance then in this one for Mark Williams. Again, look at the scoreboard. 53 the difference, 51 on the table. He needs some cover. I don't think he's got it. Again, another chance for Stephen then to wrap up this 12th frame. Again, this for 7-5.
I'm sure if Hendry had knocked either of those two long reds in, Williams would have conceded, and that would have been the interval. As it is, still a chance. One snooker required.
Float this red in, get on the black.
1.
Well, he needed a touch more side on the cue ball there. He intended to be much closer to this black. But this must go in. Well, that's the first part done. He's left himself an angle on the red to the middle to come down for the black.
Mark Williams, 16.
Well, Mark electing to play the snooker there. Great opportunity to put it in behind the black, which he has done. Now will Stephen come around the right hand side of the black here, touch his side off the back cushion. Yes, he's doing that. He's got to hit this. Well played. Be a bonus if he pushes the black to the cushion. Still one snooker required. Well, he's got it. Not difficult to hit though. Stephen again will swerve around the green, the left-hand side of the green as we look. Touch of side off the cushion. Lots of left-hand side here. Well played. He knows he's over the line in this one, but he's got to be careful. Mind you, how many times have we said that before? I'm sure Mark Williams will be trying for me to eat my words there. Well, that's a nice little nudge because that red was going towards that corner pocket. Lucky to have the red finish there. This is slightly awkward for Mark here. I think he can only see half of this red. He's got a limited shot selection. And he doesn't want to try and send the red down this end of the table near a corner pocket. He's still looking for that one snooker, of course. Well, that would have been a very clever shot because that was intended to try and hold the red down this end of the table and get him behind the yellow. It nearly worked. This is not not far away. Fascinating end to this frame, Dave. Who's your money on?
Well, obviously Hendry favourite because Williams needs a snooker. But, well, as for the rest of the match, who knows? Still plenty of snooker. Possible 5 frames to come after the interval. Could be going all the way.
Well, I'm sure Mark started out this evening. If you said to him, give me 7-5 at that interval, he would have gladly have taken it.
Absolutely right. Still, the red stays out. Still, the frame continues.
Well, that's a loose one. After all the work that he's done, he's just thrown this frame away now. Not quite sure what Mark intended there. Ooh, what am I saying? Well, Stephen has had, I think, 4, if not 5 chances to win this frame, and here comes the snooker that Mark needs. Now then, it could get interesting. 2 cushions, I think, here, possibly 3, and there's room to go around this red. Stephen should have nailed it there with that red in the middle. Well, that's the 1 cushion escape, but I don't think he can get that angle. I think it's got to be 2. He's played with the side, actually. Oh, that's a mile away.
Mark Williams, 4.
And of course a miss cannot be called because a snooker was required, but there will be another snooker here behind the yellow. Well, at the moment it's the Welshman that's winning the mental battle.
Yes, the pressure piling on Stephen Hendry. Had several chances, as we said, to wrap up this frame. Mark Williams needed a snooker. He's got the penalty points. Going to be a pretty miserable interval for Hendry if he loses this frame. 15 minutes to sit thinking about it.
He's got the snooker. And Stephen playing with side here, right hand side and swerve, but can't get right in behind this red. Could go across the table as against down the table. That was the problem. But it's not bad. I think he'll settle for that. I'll tell you what, every credit to Mark Williams, Dave, the way he's battled here this evening.
Yes, and this has been a different sort of frame to the previous ones. If Williams wins this, it won't be through a big break. It's through canny tactical play.
Well, I think Stephen's had a quick look at this red. He might be able to see enough of it to take it on to the green pocket. This is cuttable. Great shot. He was just enough sticking out there. Unlucky to finish there on the pink.
Touching ball. Thanks.
Touching the pink. He needs to nominate here. Well, the referee should have asked him to nominate.
Pink ball.
Pink ball.
Stephen Hendry, 1.
He should have done enough to win this frame now. But it's been a long time coming.
Yes, 2 snookers now required by Mark Williams. And as you can see, he's snookered himself behind this pink.
Well, if he misses this, there will be a concession. I'm sure.
So, Stephen Hendry, 4.
So, Stephen Hendry came out tonight looking for a quick kill. Mark Williams had other ideas. It was 6-2 to the Scotsman when they resumed. Williams came back to 6-5, but Stephen Hendry, perhaps crucially, winning the last frame before the interval. He leads 7-5. There's more snooker from the Barbican Centre when we return after this break. Stephen Hendry and Mark Williams resume their match after the mid-session break. Hendry led 6-2 after the first session. Williams won the first 3 when they came back, and Hendry, crucially perhaps, winning the last before the interval. So it's now 7-5, and in frame 13 Williams has a 16-0 lead. Stephen Hendry just gave himself some breathing space by winning the last frame before the interval. 6-all, having led 6-2. Well, he would have been bang under pressure. Still knows the match is far from over. Well aware of what Mark Williams can do. Indeed, 5 years ago, in the quarter-finals of this tournament, Hendry led 8-4 going into the final session, and Williams came back to win 9-8. So Hendry will have to guard against any similar recovery. Digs out a plant, well worked, and has a chance on the pink. We've seen some very aggressive snooker in this match from both players. Pink safely in, so Stephen Hendry with a chance to put quite a few points together here. He'll be wanting to keep Mark Williams at bay. 8-5 gives him some extra breathing space. 7-6 and the pressure's back on. Got a kick on the white there. Been a few tonight. Referee Leo Scullion cleans the cue ball. Still okay here, Hendry. Just about. Looking for his 6th United Kingdom Championship title. Steve Davis has already won 6 in his career. Of course, Hendry has won 1 more world title than Davis, 7 to Davis's 6.
21. 22.
He's also won 8 more ranking titles than his great rival, 36 to Davis's 28. But it's all about the here and now. None of that really matters. It's all about
29.
beating Mark Williams for this 37-year-old Scot. Still has hunger and desire, regardless of all the titles he's won.
40.
And this is exactly what Stephen Hendry would have been looking for, coming back out after the interval. A chance to put together a big break, reassert his dominance of the match. Remember, he was 4-0 up at one stage, 6-2 as well.
48.
It's been a test for him, no question, but he would have been expecting that. Mark Williams back in form after a couple of lean years. Certainly playing better than he was when they met at the same stage last year. Hendry won 9-3 on that occasion, but Williams really was not playing well. Played well tonight to come back to 6-5, but at the moment having to wait for another chance.
$45. 52. 53.
Well, obviously had a good talking to himself at that interval, and hopefully normal service resumed. He was definitely wobbling a little bit, Stephen, when he saw Mark come back at him.
60.
But of course, he'll feel a lot more comfortable if he makes it 8-5. Looks like doing that now. Got a 45-point lead. Black and red will be enough. Mark Williams will need snookers.
Yes, and it doesn't get any easier after this match. Whoever wins will be playing Ronnie O'Sullivan. So that should be enough for 8-5.
Yes, the top half of the draw completed now, of course. And, well, will it be Mark Williams or Stephen Hendry that comes through against Ronnie? Dingson Wee plays Peter Ebden. John Higgins against Joe Perry. Winner of this one, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And, of course, the match under the table, Alan McManus against Steve Davis, the world champion. Graham Dott awaiting
76.
the victor there. Terrific lineup.
77.
Frame safe. Can he get another century? Another century.
Well, he's had 2 in the match already, closing in on 700, and he's currently on 694 for his career. Well ahead of Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's on just over 450. Remarkable record of scoring.
85.
Stephen Hendry always says he doesn't really care about milestones, but I think it would be a proud moment when he made his 700th.
Great shot. It just depends if he's got some angle on the thread to get out for a colour. Expression says no. So he's got to power this red in here. Unlucky. Hang on. No.
92.
92, not too shabby. Stephen Hendry, well, he was put under pressure by Mark Williams, wasn't he? Got back to 6-5, but won that frame before the interval and has won the first frame after the interval, all in one visit too. So Hendry, full of confidence, can he complete victory? We'll find out when we return after this short break. To the Maplin UK Championship, Stephen Hendry 8-5 up on Mark Williams. One more required for a place in the quarter-finals.
Well, he's just attempted a red there and got away with it. He's covered it with the black. Mark Williams has to cover that one now, just playing in beside the pack. Well, if these two started a little bit of tip-tap in here, it could be a re-rack. Well, they've already decided, actually, before they started that. They looked at each other, had a word with the referee and said, shall we set them up again? So it is a re-rack.
That must be one of the quickest re-racks in history.
I think so. The quickest.
Well, no move to hang around, clearly. Don't want to get drawn into any tip-tapping, just get on with it.
Yes, I think both players were thinking, well, okay, you know, we're looking to cover the red on the right-hand side of the table. Let's not mess about. Let's just set them up again. And, you know, we don't want to get bogged down. We're here to entertain the public as well, in the venue and at home.
14.
So, very professional, the two boys. So, here we go again.
Mark Williams needs all 4 frames if he's to reach the UK Championship quarter-finals. 8-5 he trails Stephen Hendry. Hendry then just 1 away from a meeting with Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, you can see there, play with a lot of right-hand side, check side to kill the white at this end of the table. He has left one for Mark to the green pocket, but it's not easy. Well, he fancies it though. Not this time. Has he covered it? Well, he'll be happy with that. Stephen being made to fight all the way here for this victory. He really wants to get this out the way. He knows he's got a toughie in Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's not there yet. You never know. Mark Williams could win another 3 and level things up, take it into a deciding frame. That's his thinking, of course. He's not given this one up, not by a long way. Great pot. And he's on the pink. Great shot. I think the pink, will it go on to its own spot? If not, it goes on to the blue, but I think he's just gone far enough for this red, actually, if it doesn't spot on its own. Our referee, Leo Scullion, no.
7.
Decided that it goes on to the blue. He's okay, he's on the red. There's 2 or 3 reds open at this end of the table, actually, that Mark can concentrate on. I'd like to get the one out of the way that's next to the black, just open things up at this end of the table, so the black goes into both corners. Could go into them here, got a perfect angle, but there's still 2 or 3 open, so why take the risk?
Yes.
Something on the cue ball, just where he's cueing. There's Leo, a new face on our screens, and he's done a very good job here, in between his 2 stars. I'm sure
15.
He's enjoying this encounter here. It's been quite a high quality affair. It's not over yet. Mark's been unlucky there. I was hoping to be on something to the right corner, but he's on one to the left, but it's awkward. Probably need the spider, and I think he's going into the black as well. Let's have a look at this again. You would have expected more from that.
23.
Well, that was the problem. He knew that he would be going into the black. He was hoping to turn it around into a potable position. Hasn't done that, so he can only play a safety. Hit the black far too full.
Mark Williams, 23.
Well, that could have been better. Needed that white much further down the table. He's left Stephen a chance here. I think these two lads, Dave, know pretty much both each of the games after 32 encounters.
One.
Yes, they certainly should do. Hendry potting that red, as you see, not on a colour though. If he does win the match, Mike, Stephen Hendry, it'll be a real morale boost. He's not beaten a top 8 player since this time last year when he beat Mark Williams in this tournament. In ranking events, I'm talking about. Just went off the boil a little bit towards the end of last season. Many of you will remember his defeat in the World Championship first round, 10-9 to Nigel Bond on that respotted black. But he's played well in this match, certainly in the first session, and did well to steady the ship from 6-5 to 8-5.
I think Mark's going for this red down the pink. This is a tough one. Oh, what a shot. Fantastic cueing from there. Wonderful.
That's just showing off. Fantastic stuff.
There's a lot of players out there, amateur and professional, only dream about those. There's the long pot success rate. It's not that high actually from either player. 65, 64. We thought that'd be in the 80s at least.
Yes.
I think Mark deserved 10 points on there for that red.
3.
He won't be too happy with that one though. I thought he might have stunned off the side cushion, tried to come directly down the table, and I think he got a slightly bad contact there, and it's taken a different angle.
Yes, he asked our referee Leo Scullion to clean the cue ball, which is usually a sign of a dodgy contact.
Four. Mark Williams.
Oh, I can't believe he's missed that. He was playing around with side. And what a bad miss. Just thinking about playing about side. On the other side, Dave, there's some news.
There is, yes. Of course, Stephen Hendry and Mark Williams with 9 world titles between them. Steve Davis has 6 of his own, and he's taken the first frame of the final session against Alan McManus. So Davis, well, he was 4-1 up earlier on today, but Manus came back to 4-all. Davis now leads 5-4.
Yes, they started very late over there. Of course, they're waiting for the completion of the Joe Perry-Ken Doherty match, and I think they were due on at 7 o'clock, of course. Didn't get on till nearly about 25 to 9. So it could be a long night ahead for them on the other side there, and it might be here if Mark just, gets himself back into this match like he did and win the first 3 this evening. But at the moment, Stephen that's in control. Great shot. Well, he was certainly in control of the cue there. Wonderful pot from distance on the black. Now, could this be the opportunity that he's been looking for to close out this match? There is one he can play on, one left of the pink spot, but he's got to play a good positional shot. And I'm not sure he would like to try and disturb something here, actually. Come off the cushion with the cue ball. Yes, the left hand red in our picture. But as I say, it's got to be absolutely perfect. Can he get into them from here? No, he's gone to play on that red, and that was the danger. He's under-hit it.
8.
That pace, well, the pace had to be absolutely perfect. I don't think there's anything there. To be honest, actually, Dave, I don't think he had much choice. I don't think he had the angle to get into the reds. I think he had to play on that red, but he would have been better if he'd gone much further than playing short. Well, is he trying to cut this one in?
Well, you saw the look on his face. He was really annoyed. He wanted to kill this match off in one visit.
Well, that tells me that he's going to try and cut this one back into the right corner. He's already been round to have a look at the potting angle. He's at the table. He wants to continue. No.
Stephen Hendry.
That was a good chance missed.
Yes, and he didn't really look comfortable on that shot. It's a difficult shot. So, Williams has a reprieve.
This is not easy though, off that side cushion. Well, I was wondering whether there was room for the red to pass the black, and there's the answer. So again, what a chance for Stephen here to clinch the match. Well, I think the pink spot is covered, so the blue will go behind the pink, actually. Oh no, what about the green? Nope. In line down the table, nearest to the top cushion.
6. 7. 14. 15.
'Well, he's done this thousands of times before, but he won't be happy with that shot.
22.
Even the white on the side cushion. Now there's pressure on this one, but if it goes in, he should win frame and match. Well played.
23.
There is a red available to the right corner, and that will open up the other two as well. And there you saw it. Good example there to you youngsters at home, playing those shots. Keep your head perfectly still. Well, this time he could just nudge those two reds open in potting this one. Probably go down for the pink. Now, he just had the chance to take the match.
Yes, we saw a clenched fist, Mike, when he potted the decisive ball against Dave Harrell. I wonder if we'll see one here. This victory will mean a lot to Stephen Hendry.
Well, it will mean he'll go up 2 places in the list, actually, from 11 to 9. Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Stephen Hendry.
Well, if he's to win the match, he's going to have to wait.
Well, that wasn't even online. What a mistake.
It looked routine, didn't it, from here?
Well, actually, it's come off the blue. I assume that the pink went, because obviously when the blue was spotted behind the pink, he must have had a look at the pink to say that it does go, and it should, because the blue does not touch the pink in respotting it there. And that was just careless from Stephen.
Well, it looked, and we said it, like a routine clearance, done all the hard work. But it appears there's another twist in this tale. Williams would not have been expecting to be back at the table. But he is. What a good chance to dish up for 8-6.
$15. 17.
Snooker really is a fascinating game, isn't it? Just when you think you know what's going to happen,
20.
you prove wrong.
It does your head in sometimes as well, I can tell you. Mark thought he was down the motorway, but he's got a chance. Definite chance to keep the match going. Just needs the blue.
29.
Well, this one gone now. We'll have to try and win it in the next one. But Mark will be delighted.
Williams, 29.
So, one snooker required on the pink.
Well, that was ridiculous from Mark. He should have just made sure on the pink. One snooker, but just pot the pink. You know, if Stephen gets a snooker here, he's put himself under pressure. Good angle, hasn't got the weight. Well, just push the pink to the corner pocket. That's all he has to do. Good shot from Mark there, deciding to take the black off its spot, although it is still in a good position near the side cushion to lay a snooker. That's the angle, but nowhere near the black. This frame should have been over about 4 shots ago if Mark hadn't been so careless on the pink. This was, well, nearly a great shot. Didn't want the knuckle. 16 the difference, 13 on the table. Cross double.
Stephen Hendry now has to keep the pink out.
Well, did well again there, Stephen. He was just a bit concerned that pink was going to go over the other corner pocket. Not too bad though. Well, good effort, but he's nudged the black off the cushion a little. That might help things. Just keep the pink away from the black. It's in. Oh no. Well, it's very close to the edge. He's going to play a double kiss here. Oh, he's conceded the frame.
Well, one thing's for sure, you can't take your eyes off this one. Stephen Hendry leads 8-6, 3 frames to go. Well, a few nerves fluttering out there. It looked like Stephen Hendry was going to win 9-5, but Mark Williams still in there fighting. He needs them all. Find out how he gets on. Welcome back to the Barbican Centre, York. Stephen Hendry not yet through to the quarter-finals. Had a chance to win 9-5 in the last frame, but it's 8-6. 3 frames remain. Mark Williams needs them all. Stephen Hendry, though, very experienced, of course. He's seen it all before in these big arenas. He won't be panicking yet. Maybe just a little frustrated that he couldn't kill it off when he had such a good chance in the last frame. So Hendry needs 1, Williams needs all 3. Seven times world champion, 2 frames clear here, and on the other table, the 6 times world champion, Steve Davis, is also 2 frames clear. He now leads Alan McManus 6-4, 4-4 when they came back, so Davis making the better start there.
One.
Pot's the long red, but as you see, not on the black. The other red blocking the path to the pocket.
Yellow ball. Stephen Hendry, 1.
Yeah, it's a little unlucky there, Stephen, and we would have expected to be on that black. Could only play a safety. Still looking with that 1 frame to progress into the last 8.
Foul and a miss. Stephen Hendry, 4.
Williams completely failing to make contact. Assume the cue ball will be going back. A slight adjustment required. Little scratch of the head. Just having to sort out now exactly where the cue ball was. It's only fractions. away from where Leo Scullion, the referee, replaced it. Both players have to agree. Very, very rare to see an argument. A discussion, yes, but not an argument. Oh, he's missed it again.
And the miss.
Well, I'm just wondering whether Mark can see some of the pack here, i.e. a ball on, because if he can, then he will be warned with the next shot. He's got to see both sides of a red. Now this could be interesting, because obviously the red is attempted and he can't see both sides of that, but I'm wondering this one in the pack, if he takes several reds away, that's what he's doing now. Leo Scullion is warning Mark Williams that he needs to hit one here. Now this is a massive point in the match. If he fails to attempt to hit a red here, it's frame and match over. He must hit a red.
Sorry? I don't think I could at the end. On the right hand side? Yeah.
The discussion, of course, is the one that's in the pack, the end one in the pack. Mark is discussing where the white should be replaced and saying, well, you've warned me, but I can't see both sides of that red. It's the end red on the left-hand side of the bunch here, but actually Leo's saying it's the one that's above that it can hit both sides. I'm not sure about that. I think the pink is masking it. I assume he's still warned. He must hit a red. He can certainly hit the pack. He doesn't want to split them open, of course.
Well, what a big shot this is now.
Imagine if you miss cue.
Well, he certainly hit them.
Yes, he didn't want to open them up, of course, but that's not bad considering the circumstances. Well, Steve's looking at a 3-ball plant here to the right corner. There's some distance between all 3 reds. Shot to nothing, of course. Be a bonus if the red goes in. Worth a try. Oh, what a shot. Oh. And he's got control of the table. Yes, he's not on the colour, but no points for guessing the next shot.
Stephen Hendry won.
It's been a really entertaining match, this. Some twists and turns. Good plant there from Hendry. Some terrific shots from both players. Sure, the crowd, the neutrals in the crowd anyway, would like it to go the distance. Not sure Stephen Hendry would.
It's difficult here for Mark as Stephen looks on, because there's a lot of reds open and it's difficult to get the cue ball safe. Well, that's not bad considering he's left nothing there for Stephen. Well, great weight on the cue ball.
Well, that read a bit thick. So the cue ball fails to find the baulk line, which gives Hendry a chance here. First year for Mark Williams in the UK Championship was 1992. That's the year he turned professional. He lost 9-8 to Stephen Hendry that year. I'm pretty sure Hendry was 8-3 up, and Williams came back to 8-all. So, well, who knows? We could have another decider here. But not if Stephen Hendry makes the most of this. Good initial red. Look at the concentration there on that face. Actually, that's one facet of his game which has held together so far, his concentration, which has gone walkabout in recent seasons. I suppose it's inevitable as he gets older
6
that the focus goes slightly, but of course this is such a big event and such a big match.
7.
Made so many big breaks in his career to win matches, risen to the occasion so many times, and there's no question at all he can still do it. Anyone who's written him off, well, they should be watching right now.
$13.
10 years since Stephen Hendry's last capture of this UK Championship title. Won it 5 times between 1989 and 1996. Lost twice in the final since then. 97 to Ronnie O'Sullivan and 2003 to Matthew Stevens.
Well, he's got into the bunch once or twice in this match, and he hasn't had a lot of fortune, actually. Again, would have expected to have been on an easy red than this. Let's still look at this. Well, he's found the gap there. I don't know how. And he's got a red to either centre pocket, but neither of them are straight. He could pop the one into the right centre, possibly screw back for the black, but he's looking at the one to the left centre. Better percentage for him here. Could go down for the blue or the brown. He's going away from the reds if he misses. That's all the way. That's a great shot. Well played. Get himself back in good position.
Yes, a good chance this for a match-winning break.
Just thinking, Dave, if he misses this opportunity, will he get another?
Well, we thought he was home and dry, didn't we, in that last frame? Missed that pink. And it went 8-6. Ronnie O'Sullivan is waiting in the quarterfinals. Hendry O'Sullivan over 17 frames. Can't wait for that one.
Well, even if it were Mark Williams O'Sullivan, that'd be a cracker also. But at the moment, it's the Scotsman with the advantage. And every credit to Mark Williams. It's not over yet, of course, but he's done tremendously well this evening to get himself back into this match, considering the poor session he had this morning. If he reflects on this match, if he were to go out here, Dave, he's got to reflect on that first session. But it was a poor one for him.
Yes, he let himself down a bit, really. Didn't seem completely focused. A few things went against him. Not least Hendry played well, but Williams certainly had chances. And 6-2 down. Played well to get back to 6-5. But Hendry, well, 8-6, closing in with every ball.
53.
Didn't have the angle to come through for the black there. Chose to go down for the blue, and well, just look at the reds. Plenty open. Just has to keep control of the cue ball. It's not a question of nerve with Stephen. We've seen over the years how cool he is under pressure. But you'll still be feeling it out there, actually. Don't you worry about that. now then, that's what he didn't want. He chose to try and develop the pink there.
48.
Missed it, caught the red. It's got one to the right centre. It's got one to the yellow pocket. But the red should have been easier than this. He still needs a good pot here to continue. Let's have a look at this again. He played half ball on the pink there. Now, can he pop this one in to keep this break going? Great shot. Oh. Well, that's the sign of a great champion, great player. Well, a little hiccup there, but back in good position.
Yes, this is Stephen Hendry's 22nd appearance in the UK Championship, and victory here would put him through to his 17th quarter-final. But he's not there yet.
Stephen Hendry, 43.
Once again, falling short with the winning line in sight.
I cannot believe he's come across that ball like that. He's missed it by a mile. Red to the corner then for Mark. I think he's a little wide. Well, the way he's played that, he hasn't left anything to the centre pocket, although the red that Stephen's nearest to will go down into the yellow pocket. That was a good chance there for Mark. Stephen still requiring 2 reds here to put himself into the quarterfinals. I think he's looking with his red down to the yellow pocket, come round for the black into the left corner, come off 2 cushions. Wasn't too close there.
He's going to be frustrated, Mike, isn't he, that he didn't kill off the match in either the last frame when he had a chance or in this one, because he got himself into the position to do so, just couldn't quite get over the line.
Nice. You know, we often say the hardest frame to win is the last one to win the match. That's proving to be for Stephen. So Mark with yet another chance to hang on here. Well played. Good shot.
9.
Now, does he have the angle to get over for this red on the left-hand cushion? Could screw directly back off the other cushion, of course. I think he's playing the stun shot off the top. Trying to move it. Well, didn't quite get in behind the red there. He was hoping to push it into the middle of the table so he could take it into the right centre. He might still do that, actually. Won't go into the corner, but it will definitely go to the right centre. He's taken the one down the table. What a cracking pot. He's still trying 100%. Well, he obviously played on the red next to the pink. He might have gone a touch too far there. He needed to be high on this red rather than low. Can he see enough of this to pot it? He thinks so. No, he's missed it.
Mark Williams, 21.
That was purely because the white was in the wrong position. He needs to be above the pink where it is now.
Well, this could well now be the end.
Should be the end.
1.
Mark Williams has potted some tremendous balls in this match, but this was not one of them, as you see. The red just hanging in the jaws. Stephen Hendry in. This black puts him 40 points ahead with 43 on, so he'll need one more red.
Not sure Mark could see enough of that to pot it, actually, Dave. You know, took a bit of a risk there.
Yes, I think he just convinced himself that it went. So he'll be expecting again to not have another shot, but, well, pressure on this ball. In it goes, though.
Well, no clench to the fist.
And in fact, Mark Williams comes to shake Stephen Hendry's hand. Well, it was a bit of a struggle in the end, but a very entertaining match. Not to be for Mark Williams. Stephen Hendry still in sight of a 6th UK title. He's beaten Mark Williams by 9 frames to 6. Tremendous entertainment, that one. It really was a great match. Stephen Hendry put under pressure, 6-2 up, fought back to 6-5, Mark Williams. Hendry 8-5, could have won 9-5. Didn't take his chance. Williams, as we saw here at the Barbican Centre, winning the next frame, but Hendry in the end getting over the line. It was very, very tough.